I was sitting behind the car, facing the mountainside, and I was cooking my dinner. I was eating some noodles, and I looked over my shoulder because I was curious if the stars over the lake were as nice as they were over the mountain area. And when I looked over my shoulder, I saw the moon rising over the mountains in the background on the opposite side of the lake. I scrambled, grabbed my camera. I was not expecting this. I often don't plan my shoots. I just go to a location, and what I find, there is an element of discovery that I absolutely love. And if I plan meticulously, or if I plan at all, then I tend to not have these wonderful discoveries. And so once I saw that, I scrambled, grabbed my camera, and I fired off a couple of shots. Now, there are some lights from the town on the opposite side of the lake. I wasn't so keen on having those in the shot, so I tried to narrow it down to a square crop and get the moon just over the mountain on the opposite side. And I think I got a shot that I like. Then I started focusing here more on the moonbeams themselves in the water, and they are absolutely beautiful. So I was playing around with some long exposures, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and with the somebody's just showed up with a noisy muffler. But playing around with some long exposures really just made that moonbeam just ethereal and beautiful. Each time I take a shot, that water is different than the shot before. The wind is different, the current is different, and so sometimes it's quite a narrow beam, sometimes it's quite a wide beam. Just fun to play around, and I think that the experiment for me is as much fun as getting a wonderful shot is. I think that's like I was saying, the discovery of finding this over my shoulder, and then the discovery of the kinds of images that I can play around with. So I'm just going to keep playing, and eventually I'll throw up a shot or two of the ones that I like best. That's horrible. Let's try it like this. How's that? Gonna get a focus. Yeah. How's that? Oh, that is bright. So this image here, such a really interesting reflection and highlighting of this pier. Now the light is getting a little bit dimmer because the moon is a bit higher in the sky. Let me go ahead and take a shot. this is looking to be a beautiful sunrise here. It is a glorious morning here at the lake, and no sooner than I opened the car door was I ready to shoot. And I have a absolutely beautiful shot here lined up with the sun rising over that peak in the background, just stunningly welcoming the morning. So you can see right there is my car, and right here is my shot. I'm using this very weather-worn log here, just pointing straight back in. There it is, weather-worn log right here. This forgotten pier, and there we got the sun rising right there as we speak over that peak. It looks like a volcano. Actually, let me change lenses real quick after this shot is done. It looks like a volcano. I need the long lens. Come on, finish. Yes. Drop you in here. Let's see if I can get this shot here. Lens cap. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. More separation. Oh, there it is. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna steal that polarizer and filter from the other lens. Grab the polarizer. Yeah, that polarizer does nothing. All right, quick. I'm just gonna drop that polarizer in the bag and come back to it. Okay. I'm going to take off this 8-stop and put on a 10-stop. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. All right. And let's really slow down the shutter speed to 20 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. My old friend. Yeah. So it's been quite a while since I've been shooting. Yeah, glasses. I'm getting older, nearly 50 now, and contacts and seeing things that are close up is hard. I need bifocals, but I'd rather just put the glasses on top of my head. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been out shooting, and I'm feeling a bit rusty. My fingers don't dial in the settings as quickly. Um, Setting up the gear takes a little bit longer. Remembering all of the steps that are included in making videos and shooting is, yeah, juggling. I would say that's what it is. My juggling skills have taken a little bit of a hit. Yeah, and I'd like to say welcome to all of the new subscribers. A lot of new subscribers from Daude Paton's community. They've checked out his more recent video about integrity and honesty and how we present our images, and mostly in relationship to a photo competition that he was doing. And well, I'll let Daude introduce it himself, but I'll put a link in the description below, and please go check it out. But in that video, Daude highlighted one of my images, and due to that introduction, a lot of you have come to check out my work. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you like what you see and want to stay. It's still a lovely morning here, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to shoot. There's this tree that has been in this lake here now for years, and every time I come back, it's in a new location. Yeah. It's like coming back to visit an old friend. So I turned around and came back this way, and I'm happy that I did. On the hillside here, there are a lot of birch trees with this really stark white trunks and a lot of fresh spring green on the leaves. And above that, we have some, looks like maybe Norway spruce and a magnolia tree. And interspersed around in there are some really old dead trees. So what I'm doing is really focusing on that beautiful lush green, spring green, and those nice vertical lines of the birch trees, and then contrasted that with the darker backdrop of the rest of the mountainside. A shot like this is quite simple. There's no real major challenge to it. It's just finding a gentle composition. Not every photograph that you take is going to be a banger, and this certainly is not one. This is quite a simple shot. It's just a matter of telling a little bit of a story with it and focusing on that nice, beautiful spring green with the magnolia tree up there. And I come to this location quite a bit, and I've never photographed something like this here. So maybe this might be a one in a series or complement another shot that I eventually take in the same location. So don't worry about always finding bangers and you know making a huge splash with your photography. Follow your curiosity. I found this beautiful, and I think if you're focusing on what you find beautiful, you're gonna make nice images. It's a nice image. It's not a banger, and that's okay. So we're shooting at 1/13 of a second, f11. I'm slightly overexposed, and ISO 100. I also have my white balance set to sunny, shooting in raw. And there we go. So let's go ahead and take a shot. Let me double check and make sure I got my focus. Yep, pin sharp. All right, so I'll put that up on the screen now. As I mentioned, I've been quite busy over this past couple of months that I've not been shooting. I appeared on the F-Stop Collaborate and Listen podcast with Payne. It comes out May 4th, and I'll link it to YouTube in the description below. But you can listen to the podcast also on Spotify. You can listen to it on Apple Music, and if you're really keen, you can go to his Patreon page. He has interviewed so many photographers with such a wealth of information. And being isolated here in Hokkaido, I don't interact with a lot of photographers, and the ones that I do are online. If you're a photographer and you've not heard of F-Stop Collaborate and Listen, I highly recommend it. And if you do enjoy his episodes, I would say go to his Patreon page, subscribe, and it's a very small fee for the amount of information and knowledge that you can gain from this podcast. Anyway, my podcast comes out on May 4th, and I encourage you to go check it out. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, the notification bell if you want to be let know when future episodes are uploaded, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.